Hi everyone. We are live. Welcome to the Loshak in the Bag show. My name is Peter Loshak. His name is Jimmy the Bag. And unbeknownst to us, total surprise, we were told that the new studio was going to be ready, and that's where we'd be shooting the show today. So Jim and I are now in the new studio. We didn't have any time to prepare for it, or think about it. I also have started tweeting out summaries and links to every show, so you can look for my tweets. I did one today, although it was a little late, and I will highlight the best parts of the shows in case you might want to comment on it on Twitter or go back to the show and watch it. So changes are afoot, Jimmy the Bag. Changes are afoot, and change is good. You have to embrace change in life, right, Jim?
Yes, change can be good.
I'm terrified of any and all change, but I have learned to try to correct. Oh shit! I didn't realize I was staring at the monitor, and that's the screen. Right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit! So already a fucking beginner's flub, right?
You're good. I
so?
believe there's a fly that followed us from the old studio to the new studio that's swarming around and annoying me.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what people think. Scotty Rock saying, Pete, look into the camera.
Yes, sorry about that. I was looking at because I can't really see. See, there it is. You know, some media executive was watching it and just going like this. Who are these fucking amateurs? Who's the asshole who told me to watch this show? I'll never get those 5 minutes back in my life. This guy was fucking staring at the floor while he's talking to the camera, right?
Yeah, you know what?
Amateurs.
It's a tough first 90 seconds, but we're rolling now.
Yeah,
Tony Soprano has joined us.
Oh, very nice.
He says,
Shout out
my
to him.
bag, I know you like the Capitals tonight, but you are dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas will win tonight. I love you, but you are wrong. Vegas all day, baby. And I don't know if he knows the notorious big song, You're Dead Wrong. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. The weak or the
Highly
strong.
doubt it. Highly doubt it. But maybe.
You're dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree completely, Tony Soprano. And if I was your local, I would take your bet and I would put it in my pocket because I know that they're in a very, very, very difficult spot tonight.
Okay, not applicable says looks like the corner of a buggy hole. Yeah, we gotta do something with the walls. It does look a little bit. We gotta light it better. It looks a little bit dark and foreboding, doesn't it?
This is a work in progress.
Is it? Yeah. It looks like we doesn't VSIN shoot from a closet?
I wouldn't know.
I was told that VSIN shoots from a closet. I'm looking at it right now on camera. It does look like they threw the Loshak in the Bag signs up on the closet, in a closet somewhere.
DJ Big Boss says the audio is great.
There you go. That's
important.
the most important thing. Yes, absolutely. I might take this time for people who are weighing the pluses and minuses of this show. One current plus is I'm up 29.5 units in MLB. Yeah, that's right, 29.5 units in MLB. For those who missed the morning show, maybe for those who missed the Friday show, they might not be aware of that. I stacked 20.5 units in MLB last week. Then over the weekend, I had a winning Saturday, and I was like, you know what? I got to start tweeting these out. Stacked another 5 units in MLB, although I also tweeted out 4 WNBA plays, and 3 of those lost. So lost a little bit over the weekend in WNBA, but yeah,
That's funny. As you were mentioning how incredibly hot you are, Ben Con comes in, says, new studio, same losing picks.
Oh,
I guess he's
really?
not been following your MLB
That's right,
action.
Ben Con, a new studio, same losing picks. Love it, baby. Could you be a little bit more specific as far as which losing picks exactly you are referring to? Because we know a priori that you're not referring to my MLB picks because those are winning picks. We know a priori you're not referring to any of our NHL picks because we know a priori that those are massively winning picks. In fact, do we have the NHL record up there? Do we have the NHL record back there? Yeah, unfortunately, one negative of this new studio is that it's soundproof, so we can't hear Larry yelling out. So we're going to have to find something because I want to get Larry's feedback. And, of course, when I make Larry laugh, that's important.
Ben Con says everybody wins the game they don't post.
Everybody wins the game they don't post. Yes,
Very
that's
confusing.
true. And Ben Con, if you would like to make a little wager with me and find one pick that is false in this show, I will bet you any amount of money that you want. These records, of course, don't include pushes, and they don't include games that are canceled. Other than that, they are 100% accurate, and if they weren't, I'm sure that people would catch us on it immediately, which is great. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which is great, and I highly encourage anyone to spot check us at any point, at any time. Not only do I not mind, I want that. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
like so many people in life are so dishonest. They don't know how honest people work. People are like, well, I'm gonna, check you and spot check you. And they don't understand that honest people are dying for that. You know what I'm saying?
we are dying for an audit.
Yes, exactly. Go. What were you gonna say, Jim?
Nothing. We're getting some positive responses on our new studio, and it's a work in progress. I think maybe the signs are a little low. And any notes you guys have, come to us, and we're this is just show number one. That's all. It is. Show number one.
Okay, Underdog says just watched Joe Lisi's season totals on college with Drew Martin. Very good. We got to start thinking about college football, Jimmy the Bag.
Yes, I spent the afternoon working on World Cup, so I mean, it's we have some time still, and we're gonna want some of our low baggers to send in videos and focus on certain conferences, so we can help. They can help us with our capping, which is something that we're going to be doing. That's a new.
Yeah, wait, what'd you say?
Getting some of our cappers to handle certain conferences. And
that would be awesome.
Yes.
Are you on top? Is this just a pipe dream, or are you on top? This is going to happen?
Well, this is going to happen.
Oh my God, that's going to take it to another level. Another level. Do you hear that? What's that? Ben Kahn. This show's going to go to another level because we're going to have an army of people doing handicapping, and we're going to aggregate all of their information. So Ben Kahn, yes, thank you for your comments. We love you. I particularly love you. Hope you become a regular viewer of the Loshak and the Bag show. And if we win Ben Kahn over from being a hater to a lover, wouldn't be the first time that's happened, Jimmy the Bag. Would not be the first time that's happened, Jimmy the Bag.
It would not be the first time, but I believe Ben Kahn is just one of our haters who uses a different name all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well, anyway, Ben Kahn, whatever name you'd like to choose, that's fine. All right, so let's, Steiner Recliner says, Pete, can you and Jimmy at the end of each show give your best 1 or 2 picks at the end of each show like you did last Friday? You reviewed all your picks for the day and gave your strongest leans. Yeah, I guess we can start doing that. It's a little bit tough because in general, most of the picks at first glance feel roughly the same to me. My edge, it feels roughly the same on them. But we can certainly do that. We certainly do that when it comes to birthday picks. When people ask for a birthday pick, they put us on the spot, and we do that. So there's no reason why we couldn't do that every show. We could certainly do that. Let's see. Any other comments that are jumping out at you?
No, but Teddy B says, Loshak, I don't usually do parlays, but I got the parlay of the playoffs.
Was Vegas money line and game over 5.5. He's talking about tonight, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the morning show, we did talk about that. We said that in general, most people were leaning caps on the under. And I do think that in general, if you're liking Vegas, you definitely want to parlay that with the over, right?
I agree.
Yes.
I think if the Golden Knights take care of business, it will creep over 5.5. And if Washington takes care of business, it should be under.
Okay, so let's see. What else do you have here? What else do we have? Yeah, there is a fly here. Okay. Plus Money says brisk pace. Okay, we are going to get to the tiny slate of MLB games, which we already got to in the morning show. Then, of course, we'll cover again the NHL game tonight, although Jimmy the Bag broke that down in the morning show. He likes the under and the Capitals. And then we do have, once again, the little Q&A segment that I have planned, and who knows what's going to happen. The morning show was, the Q&A segment was more interesting than I expected it to be. Jimmy went on for about 15 minutes about his career as a stand-up comedian before this, and my second thought right after the show ended was, wow, that was very interesting. Jimmy the Bag used to be a stand-up comedian for his job in Canada, and then I was thinking, and why did you ditch that to come down here and sit and do this show? What was the reasoning?
This is some exciting shit, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, hopefully it is, and we really hope you guys will all be a part of it long term. All right, so let's quickly get into it. So once again, Q&A section will come, and it'll probably come relatively quickly since we already went over all these games.
But I do have 2 plays that I would like to log in the
do.
NBA. That will add a little bit. Do we have NBA?
All right, sounds good. I'm still a little bit. NBA.
Yes.
Oh no, we don't have an NBA segment. We can throw that one on there. What the hell? We can take. We don't need that Q&A segment. We can take that out of there. All right, so let's see. In MLB today, we'll look at the Yankees. Oh, go ahead.
No, that was a fly.
Yeah, we'll look at the Yankees Detroit game. Jim did give the first 5 innings under in KC Angels. I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't like it either. I'm not going to be giving it. I'm not going to be touching that game. I gave San Diego first 5 innings, team total over 2 at about plus 110. Line appears to be moving in San Diego's favor. They opened as a small dog. Now they're a small favorite. And then in Arizona, San Francisco, I did give San Francisco first 5 innings, team total over to a hit Derek Holland. And I was thinking about giving the first 5 innings over in both the Atlanta game and the Arizona-San Francisco game. Those are both 4. And I was also thinking about taking the Atlanta team total over just because, once again, we have Clayton Richard hanging a 1.5 on the first 5 innings team total. And he just is not, for the good and the bad, for Clayton Richard, for what he is, just doesn't seem like a 1.5 first 5 innings team total type of guy.
He does not. He does not. Tough to get 5s anymore on my Angels Royals, first 5 under.
Oh, it went down, huh?
Most Pinnacle still hanging at 5, Bet Online hanging at 5 at minus 130. And that is it. Those are the only 2 books doing it.
Okay, people are jumping the gun with the Q&As. It's coming. Bill Butliger says, I want to know if Pete's been in a fist fight. Scotty Rock Forever says, Q&A was fun, man. Sean Robertson says, Loshak, where's the mug? Here it is. Sean Roberts, I just haven't had time. I was so thrown when I came into the studio. I just haven't had time to do some of the things I usually do.
Steiner Recliner says, I do tons of research on Mac conferences for college football. We'll share my thoughts during the season. That's exactly what we need. We need guys like Steiner Recliner to focus on certain conferences and have our backs and give us the goods.
Very nice. Jay Peach says bring back Spidey, and Mally Mel says bring back low hanging fruit. I mean, the low hanging fruit didn't really go anywhere. It just kind of it was a term that I started using, and maybe we can start making official low hanging fruit plays and tracking them. Certainly, a bunch of the team total overs that I've been betting recently were definitely counting as low hanging fruit. There was the team total over with Bartolo Colon's last start.
Yeah.
We weren't tracked for some reason. That phrase has just left the show, but we can bring it back. That definitely would have counted as low hanging fruit. And a lot of the first 5 inning team total overs and some of the Cubs second halves that I've been giving recently would definitely, and some of the Yankees second halves would definitely have been counting for as low hanging fruit. So Mally Mal, the low hanging fruit didn't really go anywhere. The plays didn't go anywhere. Just the phrase sort of disappeared. We'll bring it back. And here you go. DJ Big Boss says, if you hate this show, go stick yourself with the HIV-infected needle. That's a little bit harsh.
People are living a lot longer these days.
Yes,
with
they
HIV.
are.
It's
they
not
are.
the death sentence of 25 years
Absolutely.
ago.
It's just a major inconvenience, not a death sentence.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people talking about this Atlanta Braves Padres game. I hope we can spend a little time on it. I really am not sure if I'm leaving money on the table. Clearly, it feels like a trap situation.
Hide and Seek says, how'd Oklahoma do today? They lost.
They lost.
That's okay. Losers happen.
Yeah, man. Sean Robinson is going to come back and give us
Absolutely.
more. We'll track how he does. Nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
They're going to be losses.
And does that mean that I think any less of Sean Robertson's handicapping of college baseball? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. So let's see.
And here he is, right here. Sean, truly. Sometimes actually getting off to a bit of a losing start just makes you grind harder and want it more.
Yeah.
Sean Robinson says, "Don't slight me on college baseball. Just give it a couple days when Super start, and you'll be tailing me in no time. As long with the rest of the chat, my model don't lie, baby. Hey, Sean, we're excited to have you as part of this show. And yeah, man. So grind and get that cash.
I was down 15 units in MLB a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I would have said, "Don't tail me now." And that was, look at me now. Look what happened. So absolutely, losses and losing runs are part of this game, absolutely as well. All right. So what did you want to talk about, Jim?
Well, if we're going to start banging games out.
Well, let's talk about the Yankees-Detroit game, too, because we didn't. All right, let's talk about that.
Two.
Yeah, once again, game 1, the Yankees did win it, but they closed at minus 300, road favorite of minus 300 against the starting pitcher who was absolutely lighting it up in AAA. Crazy, line there. I don't, and the game did go over. Some people were thinking that maybe. The play would be on the under, and the under did not cash. And then I was also looking at the second half, thinking that Detroit at second half plus 225 might be worth a shot. But I hate betting against the Yankees on second half. So I'm glad. I think in retrospect, I totally made the right decision, completely passing on that game. Yankees and Detroit. Fiers, I think, is vulnerable. And Herman, we talked about this in the morning show. Herman has lights out stuff. He just has problems with his command and control. When his stuff is on, he literally has elite starter stuff. And when his stuff is off, as we've seen recently, he will get hit. So high volatility with Herman. Any game that Herman is involved with right now, I'm looking to take a big underdog lines, betting on him. I'm looking to take a big underdog line, minus 1.5, minus 2.5, betting against him. Looking to take a big underdog line, minus 1.5, minus 2.5, whatever. What do you think about this game? And let's check the lineups.
Well, it's a nice looking lineup for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Gardner, Judge, Sanchez, Stanton, Torres, and then Andujar, Walker, Tyler Austin playing first base. Does have 8 home runs, even though he's hitting 222. And then Clint Frazier in left field. So, no Bird. and this time you get Sanchez in the lineup. So this is a stronger lineup. And the Tigers are fighting fire with fire. Candelario starting leading off. I believe that's the first time I've seen that. Not your prototype for the leadoff spot. Then Castellanos, Cabrera, Martinez, and Goodrum, who's been playing well. Leonis Martin, who's been bumped. So that's the bump. They moved Candelario to the leadoff spot. And McCann and Ronnie Rodriguez, and then Victor Reyes.
Okay, well, I am looking at just a little bit of a comparison, Jim. In Game 1, the Yankees on the second half were minus 275, right? Game 2, minus 135. 135 at Bookmaker right now, and I will add that one on. I will make that one an official pick. At that line, I know that the Yankees might be up big in heading into the second half, but even in that spot, not necessarily a bad thing to have them at just minus 135. I'm making that an official pick. Yankees second half minus 135. That's an official pick, and I'm going to quickly go and check to see if it might be even a little bit better at Heritage right now. That's an official pick. Yankees second half minus 135.
I like it. I like it. Tony Soprano, I know we're switching subjects, but he says Vegas will win the Stanley Cup. I put my house on it.
His whole house on it.
Says, I love you, but why do you keep going against my Vegas team? But when are you going to learn?
Yeah, but the guy's got like 6 houses. Which house did he put on it? The big one, the big mansion, or did he put the little shack in, down by the river? That's what we need to know.
I'm very comfortable with this spot here, Tony Soprano.
That's a ballsy call.
It's a very ballsy call. A very ballsy call being on the Knights. I'm very comfortable with the Capitals here tonight, but we will get to that later.
And I also believe that Native Queen made that prediction before the series, not necessarily now, but didn't she predict that she liked the Vegas to win the Cup
There
as
was
well?
way more people liking Vegas to win the Cup than the Capitals to win the Cup. And,
I'm just going to check right now at Heritage what Vegas to win the series is right now. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. They only have the exact series odds right now. Vegas to win in 7 is plus 300. Vegas to win in 6 is plus 750.
I could give you the. Let me get the.
Yeah, I can't find the series.
But
I'm looking for it anyway. Ballsy call. Tony Soprano put his entire house on it. Now the guy's got 8 houses. Some of them are huge. Some of them are small. We don't know exactly which house he put on it, but presumably it's still a freaking house. Okay, more than I got, Jim. More than I got.
More than I have as well.
You know what I'm saying?
I would be very concerned. Right now, for the Vegas Knights to win the series, plus 195.
To win the series, plus 195. Wow, okay. Down 2 games to 1. It still feels like they're getting a little bit of respect there, right?
I don't know. Minus 235 for the Caps, up 2-1. I think that's a pretty sharp spot.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah, I think that's pretty sharp. I really we'll get back to baseball in a second, but why don't we just focus on baseball right now?
Yeah, let's just focus on it, then we'll get into NHL in the next segment. All right, Jimmy the Bag, what else do you want to do, if anything, on this MLB card?
Nothing. I'm comfortable with where I stand with the Diamondbacks, Arizona. That's the game where I because of the weather, and Ralph Portwando, our man Ralph, will be at that game. Because of the weather, because of the wind, because of these pitchers, I really like that they're hanging a 7.5. Are they still hanging 7.5s for this game?
Yes, they are. In the meantime, Anthony L says, I got to go, guys. I'm on Tigers. Okay. D-backs, Giants, first 5 over. I was thinking about that. And Braves, first 5 team total over 1.5. The no-brainer fade of Clayton Richard on his first 5 inning totals. And once again, I would agree with that, except it just feels like a down spot for Atlanta. A long trip across country on a Monday, going into one of these West Coast parks that can be very lethargic for hitters. Feels like a little bit of a dangerous spot, but then again, you're once again getting a 1.5 first 5 innings team total with Clayton Richard.
Yeah, it's. I was very into that over, and I was very interested to see what everybody would have to say about that game. And you were thinking about how difficult you talked about the flight.
Yeah.
You talked about the situation being a very bad one for the Braves, and that kept me off the game. Just one more note on this Tigers-Yankees spot. My man Teddy B saying, Jim Loshak, I love as follows. Tigers, first 5 over, plus 105. Says, reports on Twitter said that Gardy ripped the team in the locker room. Expect the Tigers to come out scoring. Don't know if they win, but first 5 over.
First 5 over. I'm seeing 5.5 at minus 105. So he likes the over on this one. Yeah, I'd be leaning that way as well. The big question, and I was thinking about the Yankees' first 5 innings team total over at 3. He might be talking about the Tigers team total. I don't know, but the big question mark here is Herman. It's just, we'll know in the end, like a quantum particle, whether this is going to be the good Herman or the bad Herman. But it's just if it's the good Herman, he's so good. His stuff is so great. And if it's the bad Herman, I mean, we've seen in the last 3 games what happens. You're talking about 4 or 5 innings, 5, 6 runs, and that's what you're looking at.
I think this 1 through 4 in the Tigers lineup is very tough. Very tough and even underrated. Candelario, Castellanos, Cabrera, Martinez. I mean, that's a good. Now, Martinez is clearly not the bat he used to be. I think Castellanos is incredible. I think he's just an excellent offensive player. And Candelario could be soon as well. So I think that it's not an easy lineup he's going to be pitching to. Vitalis is coming about my spot with Duffy. Says, you like how Duffy has turned things around last 2 games. If you look at the first 5, you can get under 5 at minus 125. And let me get to it. Sorry, with my.
In the meantime, Mark Lewis is here. He says, "What's up, fellas? I've been missing." Yes, you have. Welcome back, Mark Lewis.
Nice to have Mark Lewis
Yes.
back. That's what I'm on. Vitalis. I'm on the first 5, under 5, and I got minus 123. So I agree with that assessment. I think the first 5 under is the best possible spot for the Royals and the Angels.
Mally Mal says, thinks Herman's going to get his first win. Not applicable says New York Yankees money line easy win. Parlay Boppy thinks Herman's going to get touched like in Detroit. Detroit first 5 innings team total over, which is 2. Parlay Poppy says Herman's going to get touched. CC Fitness on the Braves money line. I don't know about that one. Plus money likes Giants money line. I'm just
He's
Mark
also on the Detroit team total. So
yeah,
team total. So he thinks that that Herman is going to get touched.
Yes. Kendall Ashby looking here to on Beat the Streak. Holland has quieted a large majority of Arizona's roster bats down. Given the way San Francisco has played at home lately and how bad Arizona has been on the road, staying away. You might be right. It's just when I see this and I see Holland and I saw the first 5 innings team total over 2 at plus money, I took it. It was a borderline play. I agree that Arizona offensively on the road, especially going into San Francisco, is not a favorable thing to want to bet into. We've seen them, obviously they picked it up offensively recently, but we've seen them for an extended period of time completely flame out on the road offensively, and that could happen again in this San Francisco series. But Holland is so fadeable that I decided to take a shot with it, right?
Yeah, I agree, and I agree. And there's been more than one capper saying they liking the overs, and Hako Schofield likes them all, which is very interesting. Vitalis talking about Angels not hitting well, 223 batting average versus Duffy, and that's against lefties as well. They're just hitting poorly. 223 batting average versus lefties, 686 OPS. So I'm liking my spot in the first 5 under. I was expecting to make a play on this Braves Padres, and through all the talk, I become a little uncomfortable. I mean, I think it's amazing that you have a team here that hits 278 with 806 OPS versus lefties, and because of a flight from Atlanta to San Diego, we're saying that they're not going to get over 1.5 runs against Richard, or that's the one that's most appealing. But we're saying that they're not going to be in a good situation.
It's just not a good spot for them. Also, even though Petco obviously is not the extreme pitcher-friendly park that it has been in years past, it's still these West Coast parks just can be like with Oakland. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a place where powerful hitters can go to not necessarily die, but take a week off, take a weekend off, take a series off. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Here's a Braves team with the lefty-righty difference. Padres, or it's just Padres overall, Braves against lefties, have almost 150 points higher OPS, and we're very concerned about them hitting a very low total.
You're right. That's a great point, Jimmy the Bag. I can't disagree with it. If you keep fucking talking, you're going to put me on it. And then I might have too many plays on this one. I might throw on the first 5 innings over as well. Let me just quickly check. Someone's saying that the Yankees are sitting players. Who said that? Someone has said that the Yankees are sitting players.
You've gone over their lineup. It looks great.
It looks fine. Who's sitting? I don't see anyone who is let me see. Andujar's in. Judge is in.
Sanchez,
Stanton's
Gardner.
in. Yes, Gregorius, is he in?
It's just Greg Bird and Gregorius are the only guys that are out that you would probably want in the lineup.
Gleyber Torres is in. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, I like it. I like the lineup, and especially against Fires, man. Let me just quickly I might check one thing because I might throw on the Yankees' first 5 innings team total over as well. Yankees, go ahead, Jim.
I would be interested in that play as well. A couple of my friends, cappers from Canada, have a $1,000 bet between who will end up with the most home runs between Torres and Vlad Jr., which is a pretty exciting bet. I mean, it's one that'll take 20 years to figure out. Underdog saying Indian Cowboy likes the Giants. Nasty Nate says this looks stupid.
What looks stupid?
I'm guessing this.
Yeah, it does. Nasty Nate. It looks like we're shoved in a closet and they threw up the Loshak in the bag signs. But I can tell you that there are people. Powerful people behind the scenes who are dedicated to making our set look better and look great.
Yeah, this is just first day.
Yes,
first day, first show.
But you're absolutely right. It does look very, very stupid. But again, there are powerful.
Stupid. Sounds almost like
people.
a mutt beast.
Yes,
very few words, getting the message across.
Getting the message across efficiently. Yes, absolutely. All right, but you're absolutely right. Can't agree with you more. It does look like I've heard that I don't want to slam Beeson, but I heard that they were shooting from a closet and someone that's just like what we're doing right now.
Nasty Nate says the signs need to be moved up. We need your input on
but
how
I'm
to
telling
make
you,
this better.
Nasty, if you looked around the studio, the lights and the carpeting, it looks like real studio
It
stuff.
does look nice.
So yeah, someone was like, they put all the cool looking stuff off camera and put the stuff that looks like a closet directly in front of the camera. So that's a beginner mistake. We'll talk to those guys about it.
Yeah, and it sounds awesome, right? Big Boss coming in and saying it sounds awesome. That is very important.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have Larry's behind a soundproof booth now. The soundproof, everything looks cool except for the part that's on camera.
We can work. We will.
Major
work with this.
mistake. All right,
We'll work with this.
yeah. So once again, I'm once again new studio setup. Same old procrastination by me. I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. The things I'm procrastinating about. I've already given the Yankees second half. I've already given San Diego first 5 innings team total over and Arizona first 5 innings team total over. What I'm thinking about adding is Yankees first 5 innings team total over, Atlanta San Diego first 5 innings over, and Arizona San Francisco first 5 innings over. Those 4 plays are the plays that I'm thinking about right now.
I hear you, and I would have been listening closer, except our man Barsaman asked if there was fog in the studio.
No, there's not. It's just, funny shit, Parson. It should be. That would be cool.
Smoke? You want smoke?
Yeah.
You want a smoke machine in
Some
here?
broads and shit. I don't know what the hell.
Well, broads like smoke machines.
Yeah, they
so
do. They do.
I bet you if we start with the smoke, the broads will come.
Oh, DJ Big Boss says, I'm at work listening on my headphones. It really sounds great studio quality, really.
That's important.
So maybe we should stop, yelling in a whiny voice and try to have more low-pitched professional voices. You know what I'm saying?
It's impossible for me.
Is it?
Yeah,
you can't do it?
If you had heard how high my voice was when I was younger, this is the best I can do.
You can't go like a. My name is Jimmy the Bag. You're watching the Loshak in the Bag Show, coming to you from sportsbookreview.com, sbrsportsbix.com, where we give you winning advice on all major sport events in the United States. I can't do
that at all. I can sing like Kate Bush. So, do you like that?
All right.
Don't give up. You've got too much to live.
We'll work it out. Jimmy the Bag. Let's stop procrastinating and make some picks here. I got to decide what I want to do about the Yankees here. Fiers seems very vulnerable, doesn't he?
He does seem very vulnerable, and he's had a tough time versus the Yankees. And Andrew Jameson asking if I'm back in the Caps. I am. He looks vulnerable, but for some reason, I would have to only do Yankees team totals because I have no idea what Domingo Germán is going to give us. Like you say, he's got electric stuff: 41 strikeouts and 34 and 2/3, 1.33 WHIP. And this would be a situation where you would be able to step up. I'm going to look for some advice here on some of the plays that I'm hemming and hawing about. Marco Lou says, hey, are you guys stealing the VSiN colors? Ouch. Oh, no. Funny shit, Marco Lou. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? I'm just looking for comments. DJ Big Boss, best play Atlanta. Okay. Underdog says, Shaq, why do you like those 2 first 5 totals? I like them because the starting pitchers are both a little bit iffy. I'm not a buyer on Turan right now. I know that there were some people suggesting that he does well against San Diego, does well in pitchers' parks, but his peripherals are not looking good over his last few starts. And then on the other side, you have Clayton Richard. Not going to analyze that at all. We've analyzed that to death. So that's the reason why I'm liking it there. Arizona and San Francisco, same deal. Both Holland and Godley are coming off of better starts. But San Francisco has been hitting a little bit better. Godley, as we know, has a history of doing poorly. And Holland is, in my mind, a poor man's Clayton Richard, if you can imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Has a good start once in a while, but a lot less than Clayton Richard and gets touched a lot more than Clayton Richard does. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing Godley as like Turan, a little bit more of an upside than Turan for tonight, and Holland as vulnerable as Clayton Richard in the best of times, and tonight probably more so. Yes. So that's why. Yes, this is I feel like maybe I should jump on an over here with Yankees Tigers. What is the weather going to be like? I know that the
Weather
it was
is,
blowing out very strong in the early game. Is it
blowing
still?
out strong, angled to left, not dead out, but angled out to left. And getting a less strong in the later parts of the game. And the first 5 innings team total Fiers is just so freaking vulnerable. Is he going to hold this Yankee lineup to 2 or fewer runs? Maybe.
Is the first 5 2?
The first 5 is no, but it's 2.5 minus 137 at Heritage. I'm sorry, at Pinnacle. Let me see what it is at Heritage.
Kiwi Bandicoot, man. There's
very
a new
nice.
name. Says my tip of the day is a run to be scored in the first inning of the Yankee game. Mm-hmm. I wonder what is the line for a first inning score? Yes,
a run to be scored in the first inning of the Yankee game. Wait a minute, hold on. I think I'm seeing something. This is why. Wait a minute. Is this possible that this is a misprint at Pinnacle? Because I'm seeing game 2 for the Yankees, first 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 137 at Pinnacle, and then at Heritage I'm seeing over 3 minus 130.
Weird.
Yeah, very, very strange. I don't know what's going on there. Let me refresh. I don't know if that's a false line here from Pinnacle or not, but I'm seeing I'm seeing 2.5. Oh, all right, now it's up to minus 153. All right, there you go.
Dom Ricci giving us on the actually with his feet on the ground in New York information says it's not windy really in New York at all, like it was this afternoon.
Yeah. I would still be leaning first 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 153. All right, Jim, we're wasting a lot of time here. Anything you want to say? Let's move on to NHL. And while you're talking about NHL, reviewing all the things you said in the morning show, the game's going to be a pass for me. I will think a little bit more about my MLB leans this side if I want to convert them.
Yes, and my man Jay Patel says I'm just eating from my boy Larry's picks. Yes, lucrative Larry has hit 2 straight in Korea, and he's going back to Korea with the dog today.
Are we still going to do that? Because it's going to be, how long is it going to take him to open all those doors?
These are tests. These are tests that we have to make.
All right, okay.
In the moment, these are
Very
tests that
nice.
we have to make. Okay, I feel like that the over is the play, and it's a 10.
On what? The Yankees game?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, sorry, it's in Detroit. What am I talking about? Yeah, what am I saying about Yankees beating the ground?
It's in Detroit.
New York.
Yeah.
What the hell was I talking about? My fault. Yeah, but we got guys in Detroit, man. They can hook us up here. Yeah, what the fuck? Sorry, that was my fault. Sorry, I was
okay.
That's
understandable. It's very confusing here. Plus, the paint fumes are making me a little bit lightheaded. You know what I'm saying, Jim? All right, let's move on.
I'm going to take the full game over in Yankees Tigers.
I don't like that, Jim. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, I don't like this one, Jimmy the Bag. Okay, I'll take it. I'll give it to you. Detroit, over 10, minus 113. Oh, it is. Oh, well, look at that. The Greek has 9.5, minus 130. Okay, so we can give you that one. You want that one over 9.5, minus 130? Or we give you over 10, minus 113?
I'll take the 9.5.
Okay, over 9.5, minus 130. That's the line currently at the Greek. I am thinking about throwing the Detroit first 5 innings team total over, but that's it. I think that the Yankees bullpen is going to shut down Detroit in the second half, which is why I'm on the Yankees second half money line, minus 135, and I should probably just stick with that. All right, Jimmy the Bag, let's move on to NHL. Now, while you're doing that, just summarize what your thoughts are on that game, and I'm going to look a little bit and think a little bit more about my leans in MLB. Once again, in the morning show, Jimmy the Bag did give the Caps on the money line, and he also gave the under at 5.5, and the general consensus in the morning show seems to be that Caps and the under and Vegas and the over are probably correlated, so it might be best to do a little bit of a correlated parlay there if you're agreeing with that one as well. And once again, I'm going to pass on this one. I was at first maybe vaguely leaning towards the first period under, but then I started to get very nervous about the lineup and strategy changes that these teams will employ. Could easily see goals early. And then Mr. Gogster99 said that he's on the first period over. So I'm off of that game. I'm off of that bet, and I'm off of this game completely. Jim's on the under. Jim's on Washington. Before we get Jim's rehashing of his analysis from the morning show, let's just quickly check line moves. Absolutely no line move on the money line. We were wondering which side the money would come in on, and there might have been a lot of money coming in on both sides. The market has not moved at all, and the total is absolutely exactly where it was in the morning as well. We gave you minus 120 now. You got minus 121. So no line moving, Jim. Still liking what your picks were this morning?
I am.
Okay.
I am. A lot of people coming in liking Vegas. The Baines coming in liking Vegas. Ulysses Hayes has come in liking Vegas. Now Vegas has, they had to do something. Gerard Gallant had to do something, and he did. He's now healthy scratching David Perron. The second line was a mess. Got outplayed, was a -3. Perron is not necessarily the kind of guy that you want in a really tough series, in game 4 of a series, where the defensive aspects of the game are becoming a much bigger deal than the offensive aspects of the game. I think what's happened is through good coaching, and there's no doubt that Gerald Gallant is an excellent coach, and he can come up, and obviously by moving Perron out of the lineup, hopefully Holla can win some faceoffs, because going 3 for 9 hurts them a lot. But I like this Capitals defense, and I like a lot what they're doing. And it's a pretty simple switch. It was a clear change from game 1 to game 2, what they were doing, and it's just collapsing in a box and just completely stuffing the slot so that there won't be opportunities there. And Holtby knows that they're taking shots that are more like passes. They're expecting Holtby to bounce out these rebounds. He knows that. Melee Payless Way says, I'm heavy on Vegas. DJ Big Boss is on the over. I tell you, and Ulysses Ted says, trust me, the play of the day is Vegas. Bobby Robinson saying series is going to go 7 games. Cody AV says the Caps are shutting down the central zone. They're doing a lot of different things, the Caps are defensively, and it's impressive. And they have the type of high-end talent that can score when the other team has an advantage. Cam Stewart was talking today about how the power plays are very different from one another. When the Caps get on the power play, there's a ton of offense being generated. And when the Golden Knights are on the power play, the Capitals defenders are all over the Knights, and they're not allowing the Knights to step up. And it's just been a huge change. And the Capitals have the type of players that you can make those adjustments with. Not every team has these veterans that have been through the wars, and not every team has the best. It's very important to have the best defenseman in the game, and clearly John Carlson is the best defenseman between these two teams, and so you're able to do a bunch of different things. I'm very confident in the Knights-Capitals game, taking the Capitals and taking the under. I agree that the parlay makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to do that. I also like the under 1.5 goals in the first period. I'm not going to do that either. I'm not going to take the 9.5 minutes no goal, because I don't want a fluke situation like what happened to me in game 3 to cost me money. So I'm comfortable where I stand.
Okay, that's great. I'm really glad I had a few moments here to think about what I want to do, because I decided I am going to throw on Arizona, San Francisco, first 5 innings, over 4, -116. Arizona, San Francisco, first 5 innings, over 4, -116. The Atlanta-San Diego game, I'm just going to stick with the San Diego first 5 innings team total over to hit Tehran. The 1.5, maybe I'll throw on the Atlanta. Maybe I'll tweet out, Atlanta on the first 5 innings team total over if I want to later on. It's just I feel like I like the over in the San Francisco game a little bit more than in the San Diego game. Although the first 5 inning team totals are both so low in the San Diego game that I just want to take them both. I mean, Anthony Ello's right, man. If you put Clayton Richard up there, and the first 5 innings team total is 1.5, how do you not take that every time?
I agree. So much so, though, that you're going to take away the idea that this is a trappy, tough situation for the Braves.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. I've added on Arizona, San Francisco, first 5 innings, over 4, -116. And as far as Fires is concerned, Fires kind of the same deal. I will take the Yankees first 5 innings team total over 2.5, -1. I just got Fires is so vulnerable, isn't he? He's so
vulnerable.
Hittable.
Yeah, he's batting practice.
He is. All right. I'm going to take also the Yankees. I'm going to take the Pinnacle line here. First 5 innings, team total over 2.5, -153. I could have had a -137 at the beginning of the show, but now I'm going to take a -153 at Pinnacle, and I will go with that one. And if I have to eat a 1.5 of loss on that one, that's okay. That's okay. It's just Fires is so vulnerable that even though it's the second game of a doubleheader where the Yankees, are coming off a nice offensive performance, maybe I'm getting sucked in here. Maybe Pinnacle's trapping me with an over 2.5 with Fires against the Yankees at a big favorite line, but I'll eat the 1.5 of loss if that is in fact the case. All right, so that's it for MLB. In NHL, Jimmy the Bag, you're feeling good about your picks tonight?
I do. I feel very comfortable with them. If I was doing better over the last little while, I would probably add some more towards, that correlating underplays. But I just can't right now with the way I'm rolling. But I'm comfortable where I stand. I like it.
Okay, let's quickly get to some comments to see if there's any important comments that we missed, and then we can move on to the Q&A segment of this.
Well, no, I need to add in I want to lock down
that's
some
right.
basketball.
That's right. All right, so Jimmy the Bag, how about this? Why don't you lock in your basketball plays right now, and while you're doing that, I will scan the comments, see if there's anything important or interesting that we missed. Okay, Jim?
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
I think Iguodala coming back is a very big deal. And we talked about Durant having defensive responsibilities that were affecting his offense, and he's not going to have that. So I'm also going to take a Durant over in Game 3, knowing that Iguodala will be defending LeBron and take a lot of the pressure off of him. So I do not think that I'm going to have this opportunity. Maybe I'll still have it tomorrow, but by game time Wednesday, I do not think I'm going to have this opportunity. So I'm locking in the Warriors -4.5. I'm also locking in the Warriors to win the series 4-0 at +125. I understand that the NBA wants the Cavs to win a game and elongate the series and all that. I just don't think they're capable of it, and their chance to do it was when Iguodala was not in the lineup. So in saying all that, I am on the Warriors -4.5, and I am on the Warriors to sweep the series at +125.
Okay, sounds good. Zach Kenkel says fires, blows. Herman will give up a couple too. That's interesting that it's possible that the first 5 innings over might be a good play in the Yankees game. Jimmy the Bag, very interesting. As I'm sure you saw, a lot of people actually like in Vegas. Bill Buttlicker says love Vegas. He's not holding back. Ulysses Hayes says trust me. Play of the day, Vegas. So we got one comment, one trust me comment in favor of Vegas, and another 3 loves in favor of Vegas. Those are both very powerful ways to give a comment on a play. As you know, Jim, anyone who says who repeats a team 3 times, all in caps. Anyone who repeats love, all in caps 3 times. Anyone who says trust me. Those are very ominous ways of giving a pick. You know what I'm saying? Because it means they're seeing something for real that they feel good, that they feel very confident about.
Yeah, I'm not concerned in the slightest. I'll tell you what I will do, though, is I will take the Golden Knights team total over in Game 6. I'll take Game 5, and I'll take the full game over. But they're in a very, very bad situation, the Vegas Golden Knights, because they're playing a team that's battle tested. And Trotz is so battle tested, and they've come up with a way to make it as difficult as possible for Vegas. And by Vegas making Perron a healthy scratch, is Vegas saying, "Listen, we're going to go at you defense on defense and tight checking on tight checking." But Perron is a scorer. He's like Marchessault, but just not quite as talented or silky smooth as he is. So it's a sign here by Gallant taking out Perron is a sign saying this is going to be an extremely tight checking game, and we're not going to allow defensive miscues like the ones that Neil, Perron, and Haula were involved in cost us the game. I truly think that one thing. Carlson did not even attempt a shot on goal. That's not acceptable. John Gallant will tell him that's not acceptable. So I think that Vegas will take a ton of shots, and they'll be all from the perimeter. They'll be all from way outside, hoping for rebounds. And it's a sign by them healthy scratching Perron. This is going to be a low-scoring, tight checking game, and I really believe that, and I really believe Gallant's letting us know that by making Perron one of their top scorers a healthy scratch.
Okay, sounds good, Jimmy the Bag. Other comments coming in. Buddy Bill says, sorry, missed it. What's the play for Atlanta, San Diego? I don't know if this is the play that's going to win, but the plays I'm on, I did take just San Diego first 5 innings team total over to hit Tehran. If Tehran has a strong start, then great, I'll eat it, but it was 2 at plus money, so I took that one, and that was my only play, and you had no play on that one either, right?
No, I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
There's a ton of things. I mean, I had planned on doing something with the total going over. I planned on doing something with the Braves getting to Clayton Richard, but all of this talk about putting them in a bad spot really made me uncomfortable.
Dom Ricci says, Yanks under game. Pete, they're sitting players. Herman should hold down the Tigers team that is out of their league. I would vaguely be agreeing with that, Dom Ricci. Jimmy the Bag did take the over 9.5, minus 130. That makes me very nervous, Jimmy the Bag. Very nervous.
I've heard that.
Very nervous. I'm liking the under more and more and more here. Teddy B also says, Loshak, a lot of sharp bettors who are sharp are on Vegas big tonight.
Doesn't concern
me. So that doesn't concern. We have sharp bettors. Teddy B says a lot of sharp bettors are on Vegas. Doesn't concern Jim. Some bettors opposite of the on the opposite side of the sharp bettors named Bill Buttlicker, and you no, I'm kidding around, but a lot of people. So everyone, a lot of people are liking Vegas tonight, and sharps and pseudo sharps as well. Not concerning you, Jim.
I watch every second of this series.
And you know what you're, yes, absolutely. I consider Jimmy to be the sharpest one of them all when it comes to an NHL. And I definitely tailed Jim's leans and opinions all season long, which is why my NHL record is so good.
And you guys have seen me take a beating. They've seen me take a beating. No question about it. And, it's these sports are always going to be a never-ending battle. But I've watched every second of this series, thankfully and happily. I've loved it so much. And I just feel like there's only one way to beat Vegas. And Trotsy and the boys would be crazy to do anything different than they've done in games 2 and 3. And I expect them to do it. I expect them to do exactly what they did in games 2 and 3. And that's completely clog the slot, completely clog the middle of the ice, collapse in a box, really make it tough. And with the collapsed box, make it tough for the Knights to create any offense from behind the net either. I like it. I like it.
I also made another decision. Jim, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to take the under in the Yankees game. It's actually headed up, and it's actually up to a 10.5 minus 115 at Heritage, and I will take that one. Detroit Yankees under 10.5 minus 115. That is the current line at Heritage, because I also have 10 plus 105. I do think that Herman is going to have a better than expected start here. Fires, I think the Yankees probably put 3, 4, or 5 up against Fires, and then the second half of the game, I think it's going to be very low scoring. So I'm taking the under in the Yankees-Detroit game, 10.5 minus 115 at Heritage. The 10 will be plus 105. I'll go with the 10.5 at minus 115. I'm making that and another official play, Jim.
Damn, yeah, I was just trying to send in the bet while we were talking, and it was over 9.5 at minus 135. And you're right, money's coming in on over. I can't even get it anymore. Now it's over 10.
That's a good sign for you. In the show, you got 9.5 minus 130. Now the best line we could possibly give you would be 10 minus 111. So that's a nice little line move beat there, Jim.
Yeah, but I haven't sent the bet in yet, so I lost it. I lost it here. Partly Poppy says Jimmy crushed the NHL, but you were a little emotionally invested in the Fade Vegas life, and I get it, man. There's no question. There's no question that what's coming out is a hockey fan whose team's never won the cup. That's happening. I have a bias, and that's happening. And I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'm biased. I don't like it, man. We've had 2 Game 7s. That in our history of our franchise, and I got in 1993-94 when we lost in 7 games. I got tear gassed. I was 12 years old. I got tear gassed. I wasn't really a part of the riots, but I was kind of watching, and it was a sad way for that season. In Game 7 in 2011, we knew things were going badly in the game. It was a tight checking Boston squad that had a lead. Their goalie had our number. And when the game ended at 4-0, you saw the smoke rising from the city. Yeah. But my dad has been a Canucks fan his whole life, and he's never been able to toast the Stanley Cup. Yeah, it's fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks being a Canucks fan, and I'm biased, and I don't want these fans who haven't gone through all the fucking misery to get this joy. Now, I know they had a tragedy happen, so and I'm very proud that this team has stepped up for the city, and if they do win the Stanley Cup, I will toast this Vegas Knights team and what they've done for the city.
All right, sounds good. All right, so just a few opinions coming in. First of all, breaking news: Dwight Clark passed away at 61. That's very sad. Very sad. He had a great life, and to just remind you to be happy to be alive at all times. Another Dom Ricci said he took the under at 10. Here's a nice little comment in your favor. Mohamed Joma, a guy that we really respect when it comes to NHL, has put one of the teams all in caps 3 times, and it is the Caps. Mohamed Joma liking the Caps. Nice to see, Jimmy the Bag.
Well, I know I have heard being told that the Ice Guys are on Vegas in the over, and so it's not like a black and white thing, where there's knowledgeable hockey guys on both sides.
All right.
But I'm betting money, and
Yes.
When you're doing that, a win or loss affects your life, and I really feel confident that the Canucks, sorry, fuck. I really
Jimmy
feel
the
comfortable that the
Bag.
Capitals will take care of it.
Jimmy the Bag. All right, so let's move into it very quickly. The Q&A segment. Let me just review the picks. Jimmy has added the Detroit game over 9.5 minus 130, and I added the Detroit game under 10.5 minus 115, so it lands on 10. Bang, we both win. I have also added Yanks second half money line, Yanks first 5 innings team total over 2.5 minus 153, and Arizona San Francisco first half over 4 minus 116. Those are my plays that I've added in addition to the morning show. So now we can start off the Q&A segment. We've only got about 10 minutes to go, but if anyone has any questions that they'd like us to answer, please just shout them out. And I guess we can start off with this first comment from Kobe Valentine. He says, I know Pete and Jimmy aren't losing bettors, so why have they been downgraded to the basement? Pete, are you in debt from too many MILF dinners using SBR money? Ouch. And we're not in the we're in a closet. It's not a basement, it's a closet, but same deal, Kobe Valentine. Kobe Valentine, we're trying to, move the studio to a different locale. The very first set that was handed to us was a little bit more closet/basement-esque than we probably would have preferred. Right, Jim? But as I have said, there are powerful people who I'm told are very committed to making the set look kick-ass as possible. So we'll see what the future
And we've already got great reviews on the sound. That's a very key part of it. And I think this will build. And we have a desk that's being built for us right now. There's big things coming, and I hear you. Now, Arthur Mead Jr. says, Jimmy the Bag, what is your favorite sport to wager and why?
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody knows my answer for this. This is the easiest thing in the whole world. It's my it's my safe spot. It's my womb. It's my favorite place to be in the entire world, and that's betting on horses live at a horse track. I was lucky enough that my dad, raised me at the track and took a lot of time teaching me, so I wouldn't just be, ignorant when I was making these bets, and to really teach me how to make bets. And the horse racing form is the most complicated form in sports, so it took years to study to learn it. Now, when I'm watching horse racing, my heart beats through my chest. I get so excited. I've never been in an argument with anybody at a horse track. I've never been in a fight with anybody at a horse track. It's all glory. It's all glory, and it's daytime stuff generally, although we have Wednesday night racing at Woodbine. We had Friday night racing back in the day in Vancouver. Actually, we had Wednesday night racing even before that, going back 20, 25 years. But it's absolutely my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world is bet on horses, and it's a very tough thing to do. And if you're focusing on Triple Crown races, the big races like you've seen with me, we can be winning gamblers.
Yes.
When I'm playing the $5,000 claimers, I'm a losing gambler. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. But the big races that you can study on for so long, you can win. And if you only focus on those big races, if you go to the track, you get the form the night before, you study, and the races that you're not sure of, you stay off of. I can't do that. I have to bet on every race. I'm just so excited. I mean, I shrink my bet size for those races, but if you can really pick your spots, you can succeed in horse racing. If not,
and you're probably going to have some opinions on the Belmont coming up, right, Jim? Oh yeah,
huge
understatement
opinions.
there.
The post positions come out on Wednesday. My video will be shot Thursday afternoon. It will be out early Friday morning.
Okay. Bill Butlicker says, Pete, Q&A, have you been in a fist fight? Did you bury the sucker? Well, yes. When I was younger, my idol, my hero was Casper from Kids. You remember Kids, Jim?
Of course.
So Casper from Kids was my hero, was my idol. That's what I wanted to be. So I wore my hair like him, and yes, I would wander around New York City and pick a fight or two with various skaters and just guys hanging out on the street, and
that's horrifying.
No, yeah, they did not end well. They did. So I have been in a few fist fights, and I think the burying most often was myself. I was the one who got buried more than the people that I buried. But no, I'm kidding around. All that is a joke. The answer is, have I ever been in a fist fight? No, because I use my brain and my legs to avoid. No, I would be in a fist fight. And the reason I noticed this, I knew when I was younger. I don't know what it was, but like I knew something inside of me, like that like I had not a hair triggered, but like that, like if I was ever in a fist fight, that like there was just something inside of me that made me think or know that if I was ever actually in a fist fight, if I didn't get beaten up, like I would kill the other guy. You know what I'm saying?
Geez,
yeah. And I was like, if I'm ever in a fist fight, like that's one thing you can't do. Like you can get into a fist fight, kick the other guy's ass. If you kill the other guy, you're going to the clink. And I cannot handle going to the clink. So no, I was never in a fist fight out of fear. of both being beaten up, fear of pain, and also fear of what would happen to me if I was ever like 100% focused. I don't know why I thought this, Jim. You know what I'm saying? But like I always thought, I was like,
flip the switch.
If I'm, I was like, if I'm ever in a fist fight, I'll get so focused that I'll kill the guy. And then and see, you know what? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying like I somehow like knew that inside of myself. So I've never been in a fist fight. Although, I'm trying to think of when I was, but I also, was always the kind of person who never like had drama with people. There were times when the Decepticons would come to my high school. The Decepticons, Jim? The Deceps?
Yeah, they were
a gang in New York City. No, the gang in New York City. They were the Decepticons. Used to come to my the playground of my high school and pick fights with the children who were in my high school. And for some reason, they just never picked on me. I don't know why. I think maybe because I've always looked like indeterminate race. Like, who is that guy? Is that guy Greek? Is he Albanian? What the hell is that guy? And I always get kind of a weird. So for some reason, I never got into fights. I was never robbed in New York or any of that. So
that's nice.
Was that an interesting answer?
It was an interesting answer. Parlay Poppy says, Jimmy, is there any sexual attraction between you and all these horses? Mm-hmm. Maybe after smashing a few JMOs on the rocks. First off, Parlay Poppy, I don't use rocks. I drink JMO straight. I drink JMO neat. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I guess unlike you, 5 feet long dicks do nothing for me.
Look at this comment. Lamont Williams. Pete, you're getting good at this shit, telling stories. Look at that. We got to take this shit on the road, Jim. We got to take the Loshak and the Bag Show on the road. The first part of it will be handicapping games. The second part of it will be, I don't know, telling stories, doing whatever, right, Jim? Giving personal advice to people. And we got to take this on the road somehow.
I would like that. Mm-hmm. I would like that very, very much. Do we have any other questions? Let's see.
I don't know, but we're up at about an hour now, so we're about.
Underdog saying don't sleep on Hofberg. Back to the Belmont. The issue that most cappers have with Hofberg is that he could be at 7-2, or 4-1 at the worst, and he really shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem. So I know. Thoroughbred cappers that I've listened to for 25 years who are like, you know what, I'm putting a line through Hofberg just because he should not be 7-2. And even though he's a very talented horse, this is the race you go for the big score. And but I hear you, Underdog. John Garcia saying, are you going to fade Justify? I'm going to include Justify in with 2 different horses in exactor boxes. I'm not entirely sure how much. I had to take money out of my HBI account to pay for my losses in sports, and that you guys have seen over the last couple of weeks. So I only have $500 right now in my HBI bet account, but that gives me a lot of opportunity to do a lot of things. So I'm only going to have Justify in exactor boxes. And that's it. The rest, I'm taking 2 other horses to win. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Isan Zolfagari says from the Weight Pete high fives. I know he does not fight. Still love you. Yes, absolutely. I have not been in a fight but I do believe that like if I got focused, if I actually decided, okay, now I'm going to be in a fight. I was always like, I'm just going to like grab this guy's throat and squeeze his throat in my hands. I was always like, I'd kill the guy, so I don't want to be in a fight. No, I'm a very peace-loving person, although I do have seething anger deep inside of me. I've never been in a fight. Basically, like I either want everything to be love or commit murder. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in the middle. None of this fight. I bust your nose, you bust my nose. That's not fun for me.
I'm excited about that. Yes. Some guys asking about my horse racing background, and Michael Rivelina saying, Jimmy, you're going to have your dad come visit you down in Costa Rica and meet Pete. I don't think he will be able to for other reasons. But one thing he said he was going to be able to do is he's going to cap the Pac-12 this year and send me tapes. So my dad will be capping the Pac-12. I will show Pete my dad's capping. I'm sure you guys would be interested to see this guy and what he's like. So hopefully Pete approves that we can have my dad on the show hammering the Pac-12. I can tell you that he's been studying it very hard already. So so hopefully my dad will be a part of the show.
Here's a comment. I guess we might as well answer it because I'm not seeing any other comments that are being sent our way. Bill Butlicker says, Pete, Q&A, have you ever quote unquote Eiffel Towered a spicy senorita? Hell yeah! Eiffel Tower is one of my favorite positions. I love it. Definitely, bro. Definitely, I have Eiffel Towered lots of women in my life, including Tika or two. Absolutely.
Respect.
Love Eiffel Tower. The answer to that question, Bill Butler, is hell yeah. Definitely, bro. All right, what else do we have?
Melee Palis says, Jimmy, where do you go for weather updates on tracks? I've always just done the same thing. I have an HBI account, so as soon as an hour before the races start, or even 90 minutes, you can go to that track and they'll list it for you. But I just use the weather and know the tracks and how they affect whether they're sealed or not, and how bad they get. So there's not really one site other than when you have an account. And there's lots of different. If you're in America, use drf.com. If you're in Canada, use hpibets.com. And then you just click to the track. You can do that even 2 hours before, even 100 and some odd minutes before, and they will show you what the track is and how the track is.
Okay, now I don't know if you want a few seconds to formulate a joke for this one or not, but Jimmy, he says, Parlay Poppy, Jimmy, is there any sexual attraction between you and all these horses? Maybe after smashing a few JMOs on the rocks.
I already answered that question.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what, was I not listening?
That must be the case.
What the hell happened? You answered that question?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I must be. It's the fucking fumes. It's the fucking fumes. Sorry about that, Jimmy the Bag.
Good.
Sorry about that, Jimmy the Bag. I definitely tried to, let me see. Pink Eye Genie says, Eiffel Tower involves another man or penis next to yours. Pete, you sure about that? Is that what it is? Eiffel Tower?
I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
I'm going to Google that when as soon as this show's over, I'm going to Google that. All right, let's see. No, the answer, Bill Buttlicker, is probably not. Highly unlikely. But after I Google Eiffel Tower, I will be able to answer that one more affirmatively or negatively. What's that?
No.
What?
Oh no, man! You fell for the trap with Eiffel Tower.
I did. He suckered me in.
Oh,
he
no.
got me.
Oh no!
Oh no! Here
Oh,
you go,
no.
Chris Lomas. When a woman is on her knees performing sweet fellatio to a man standing, and another man is railing her from behind, I think I know what railing means. Thus, the two men join hands above the woman to form what looks like the Eiffel Tower. Oh no! Oh no! No, Buttlicker, I never did that. I never
many
did
times.
that. Never.
Pete's
You
done
kidding
that
me?
many times.
Fucking kidding me? Hell no! Hell
Oh,
no! No! Holy shit!
Wow.
No, I never Eiffel Towered anyone or anything.
Wow.
Hell no. Jesus fucking Christ. You got me, Bill Buttlicker. You did get me. Somehow he knew that I would say yes to that. All right, okay. I guess that's about it.
That's how we're gonna end it. We'll hold hands together like an Eiffel Tower. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's see. Any other comments coming in, and I guess we can end the show because we do have to get to the lucrative Larry's play of the day, right?
We do, but I think the play of the day is just being done. I think it's you Eiffel Towering some poor young Tika with your best pal.
Yeah. Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Greg Schneider says, Pete reading that out loud like a nursery rhyme. Yes, I did read it like a little bit of a nursery rhyme and getting railed from behind. That I know what that is. Yeah, I know what that means. Railed.
Ulysses doesn't
and it
care.
ain't nothing nice.
Ulysses doesn't care. He says, Fleury will be a beast tonight. He doesn't care about your Eiffel Towering shenanigans. He wants to get right back to the hockey.
I hear you.
Ulysses.
All right. I guess that's about it. Mitchell Rivera says, studio looks different. What's up with that? God bless, fam. Thank you so much, Mitchell Rivera. Should we go for our favorite part of the show and yours now? All right. It is now time for our favorite part of the show and yours, Lucrative Larry's Play of the Day. We're going to see how long it takes Lucrative Larry to get through.
On a winning streak.
Really?
He's
How
won
many?
back-to-back in Korea. He's 2-0 in Korea.
No way. All right. Well, Larry is right now awkwardly trying to get through the soundproof doors of this studio. Here he comes running down the aisle. Come on, Larry. Lucrative Larry, what do you have for us? Please, once again, don't forget microphone technique. Lucrative Larry.
I'm on a streak, 2-day streak, and I plan on keeping that. Last time I had a 2-day streak, I went to Japan. It's not a good time for Japan. I'm staying in Korea, taking the Nexen Heroes of the Doosan Bears, plus 120 at Pinnacle. I'm doing it.
Okay, what did he say?
He's on the Nexen Heroes.
The Nexen Heroes.
They're playing the best team in the league.
Really?
Yes, but they're at home. They're a home dog.
So this counts as a contrarian play.
And the line is moved.
Wow.
The line is moved. It was a plus 145. Money came on, and it's now
Very
plus
nice.
120.
Okay, so Lucrative Larry getting a little bit sophisticated here, a little bit contrarian with a contrarian play in the Korean Baseball League. We'll see how this one turns out. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Time.